little wooden things with lockers on them and coin slots.
Okay.
It's a lot like a Bahnhof, I think.
It's not awful. Again, I'm going to be naked if I don't have my gun, I guess, behind me?
Yeah.
Just hand it to me.
Give me a moment. Hand me your gun.
She hands last light.
It's magic, though.
I can't. No, give me Papa.
I don't use Papa except in emergencies.
Consider this an emergency.
Mm.
She grabs the dagger around her neck, concentrates for a minute. You see her bend the gun down to a small pearl. Hands it back to you. Smash it against something hard or throw it on the ground, and it will transform back into a gun.
Your abs.
Just marvel at it for a moment.
Where Robin is hard and edges, Blanca is soft and petite.
And conversely,
If you want to wash your shirt and get the blood off of it, probably Robin's abs are the way to go.
so put the things away, change a pearl someplace safe. Nice on a necklace.
There are some hidden liner pockets in these. You're in a one piece that goes from the neck down. It still feels very revealing, but it's got little reservoirs for secret things.
Okay. Still feel naked because I'm not carrying a pistol, and then we're all right.
She pulls out of her bag what looks like little foot-shaped pads with straps on them. They try these. They'll be comfortable.
For the rocks.
Or the cobbles.
Mm-hmm. Put them on. And she is wearing a two-piece?
Yes.
Do what you can do.
Looks like lace and fabric.
Bjorn will be so happy.
You're in black, she is in white.
Sisters to walk out on the beach. Beach.
Yeah.
In quotes.
Beaches to walk out on the beach.
Neither of you have gotten a lot of sun recently.
No, it's been quite a while.
You exit the cavern out into the sunlight.
Cigarettes in hand.
She has her mother's broad hat on, or at least one that looks like it. Otherwise, it's a bikini.
Yeah, I imagine if there's not a hat to contribute, then it's just Robin in the one piece, a pearl in a pocket.
You keep picking at the fabric as it wants to climb inside crevasses.
I didn't live in a beach town.
You're not out of place here. You've been here a couple of days now and seen foot traffic that tells you that you're not out of fashion.
Do my best to look like I'm just here to enjoy myself.
Robin probably is a few shades whiter than is safe under this sun, and this one piece probably isn't enough protection to keep you from burning within an hour.
When do they even invent sunblock?
Bikinis don't exist till really the 50s, but we'll pretend.
Yeah, we're more
until
advanced.
Women
here.
covered themselves with mayonnaise so they could cook like chicken breasts.
Yeah, the coconut oil. Oh,
now that's
yeah.
some tasty chicken.
Danny, you find your way to the edge of the rampart close to Bastion Port, overlooking the yacht.
Keith, do you have a map of the deck plan for tactical purposes?
Le boat.
Le
The
boat.
boat, boss, the boat.
Let me share with you what I do have.
Robin's without her arsenal. She feels kind of like Bjorn, like without axe and everything, just like really naked.
Do you need me to carry some weapons for you?
Well, that's not a bad idea. You can easily do that, right? Yeah. If there's a passing, then she saunters up to you and will give you last light, the other 886 for up close work soon.
I will put it in the back of my waistband. That is it?
I feel better. Yes.
Spare magazines?
A good point. Yeah.
Put those in a coat pocket.
You're now carrying 20.
You just have loose ammunition? You don't have magazines?
This is a revolver.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's an 886.
Moon clips.
Hmm?
You need moon clips.
Moon clips? Like just like like a circle worth of clips.
Speed loaders?
Yeah.
Well, they're prior to speed loaders. They're 2 rings or 2 half moons.
Can we get those 2 actions down to 1, Keith?
No, it's already assuming you're basically doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, the way that it's just set up is like 20 rounds in a box. Period is the way the thing is. So
Right, but I mean the reload on the gun is already assuming you're using moon clips or
do
something
it like
similar.
that.
Because it takes so long to
I know.
fill a revolver. Yep.
So realistically, it's probably 2 moon clips worth. So 12. Ooh, what a pretty boat to blow up.
Mm-hmm. And it's got a wooden superstructure. Thank you.
Of
John just
course
got
it
hard.
does.
That's right. Bjorn's
Put it away.
kilt is tempting.
Robin pats.
That's going to require a 2-handed pat, Robin.
Just
Are those dolphins, or is that a Viking swimming up to the side? No.
Those are flotation devices.
Deployed.
Wait, that's the gigantelope.
There is your boat.
Thank you.
Nice.
And
This little mast here is the steam vent.
and approximately where is the gangplank from the dock reaching the boat?
Let's see if I can.
Bow, starboard side. Oh.
We're looking
Port
at the
side.
port side
North.
Air Force.
How's that?
Stern, port side. Arr.
Lovely.
We should really keep this.
Cornell, I think that the ladies should sashay first up the dock. They will not even notice you and I lumbering along somewhere behind them.
With shit-eating grins.
Do you want the Spitzer now, or do you want it later?
You know what? Let me take that off your hands.
Give him the Spitzer and 2 spare mags. Robin, if you want your pistol, you're going to have to come to me to get it. Watch out for the axe. I will be busy.
Just put it on your right hip.
There you go. Absolutely.
I am going to position, keep myself blended in with the top, and looking down at the boat. I want to see who is the first person they're going to experience on that boat. Left or right?
As you're positioning yourself on the wall, you hear conversation from a couple 30, 40 feet behind you. You hear the winding of a camera and a click. Mon Dieu, oh, you are magnificent. Of course I love you. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah.
And you have to kill anyone who takes pictures. You know this, yes?
I look up and look over.
You see a man with a tight beard on his face standing adjacent to a slender woman as she stands near the battlement wall. They're looking south.
They're looking. Okay, south.
Keith, is that Jimmy Carter's boat or John Wayne's boat?
I don't know.
That's
Looks an
interesting.
awful lot like it.
John Wayne's boat. That sounds about right.
John Wayne bought either the government bought it as a presidential yacht from John Wayne, or it was the other way around.
Oh man, that's insanity. That's cool.
Your tax dollars at work.
Yeah, somebody else's my parents. Yeah. Anyway, I am going to get up, dust myself off, and hope that it's just, this whole thing is obscured enough. I walk up and I'm like, did you know that this wall, and I speak in Gallic, and I'm just diplomatic, and I pull out an official looking badge, because we are on a scene, so I would have been holding it. And I say, you are not supposed to be up here. Tourists are not supposed to be up here.
The man looks your direction. The woman who kind of blurts out in Cornish, she's like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize we were out of position. And the man's like in full Gallic, oh, there are no rules for the bastion. We can move anywhere we like. He looks towards you and looks at the badge. Wait, what, are you an official? What is your reason for being here?
Are you asking the questions, or am I asking the questions? Do you have a badge?
He scratches at his beard.
I'm an official government employee. Please leave.
He looks like he wants to flex and posture, but in the sight of your badge, he immediately crumbles. He grabs the hand of the woman next to him. Come on, let us get some pastries.
Yeah, I give her a wink as they leave.
Get your
Say, pull out your rifle. That'll make them go away.
Well, I almost did, but there's a certain amount of revelation. It's right there behind me.
It's a telescope. Just a telescope.
Leaned off to the side. I mean, yeah.
The two of them fall back towards a set of stairs that descend inside the walls of the city.
I look around to see if there's anybody else up here that I have to clear off.
You look west from your position. The battlements are clear. You look north. There's probably 100 yards between you and the next person. There's a couple. Looks like they've got one of those pay telescopes that they're looking through out towards the harbor.
If it's a paid telescope, I'm just going to let it go. 100 yards should be fine. We'll be up and at them soon enough. Okay. I settle back in, pull behind the scope, and look for the first person on that edge, on that side that I need to target. And I'm going to brace and just get everything settled and ready.
The man closest to your line of sight is wearing what looks like capri style pants. They end 6 inches above his ankles. They're white. He's got a black and white striped shirt that comes all the way down to his wrists. He's wearing a light cap. You see that he's winding up some ropes and positioning them on the railing. There are a number of other bodies that you see in motion on the deck, many of them behind glass. There's another one out on the prow. Looks like he's taking life preservers and stacking them.
We should
there's a lot of civvies.
We should probably get confirmation that the captain's on this boat, or is at least expecting the captain, before we just slaughter everybody on this boat.
Yeah, when I see those individuals,
Mhm.
I am going to scan to see if I can see somebody with a mustache.
Perception.
A well-groomed
5 out of 6 have mustaches.
20.
Nice.
That's awesome. I can deal with that.
See his mustache, and he's wearing a target.
You're combing the decks. You first scan the bridge looking for the captain. Apparently, you don't need a captain on the bridge when you're docked. There's nobody up there. You scan the lower decks, those 5 windows that are midship. You see one of the shades is open, and you see that there are 2 figures inside standing next to a counter space. The 2 of them converse, and it's just shadows at this point through your lens. But at some point in the conversation, the man stops and twists his mustache.
I send a message to Blanca before she walks out.
You think to her in your mind as you're looking down towards the broad street that crosses towards the boat. You glance down and you see a lot of reflective skin.
You're blind.
They haven't moved out. Can I actually just call down to them?
They're on the near side of the street. You can see Robin is uncomfortable having this much flesh exposed. And she's also not seen the sun in probably months.
I mean, the horse trip, that was before Magnetia. It's been a while.
Yeah. She's wearing a black one piece, and her skin looks alabaster by comparison.
I don't know what you're going for down there, but
As if Blanca's isn't.
Yeah,
redhead too.
She's as lily white as you are, but the white bikini clearly makes it seem less so.
No, I think the girls should sashay up the dock, scamper up the gangplank, cause a stir with the male crew members. They should go right and left. And as soon as the crew members are engaged with the ladies, you and I charge up the center.
Okay.
I lean over and say, most of the people on that boat seem to be workers. 2 people in the I would say the mess or the galley. I saw a guy with a mustache, and he's tweaking it pretty good. So
the 2 of them look up at you. The view is fantastic from here.
This is, beside the fact that you guys are extremely reflective, it's never mind. It's good. Thanks. See ya. Banny is
really
uncomfortable.
Awkward. He's so awkward.
Blanca reaches over and takes your hand with a couple of fingers, Robin, and heads towards the boat.
Hold hands and walk out towards the dock.
Tell them to split right and left, and that there are no friendlies on that boat. They've all made a terrible career choice.
Everyone is friendly. What?
I am looking back into the galley area, and I am probably targeting not the I don't know. I'm actually not targeting the captain or the guy with the mustache. I'm targeting the thug that's with him. Okay. And I mark him as a target.
Blanca and Robin make their way towards the gangplank. Those of you watching, Robin, you see it directly. You see Blanca pull up 2 fingers like this and cycle them.
Ready to go. I'm going to start oohing and awing at the beautiful boat.
You get to the gangplank without any interruption. Nobody on the boat seems to be that guarded. When you set foot on the gangplank, just your weight kind of gives a little bit of motion to the boat, and you see somebody on the top deck rise up and look your direction. His reaction is not unfriendly.
It's a beautiful boat. What's his name?
He calls out in deep Gallic. I mean, if you weren't a native speaker, you would think he just said, Blanca, actually, who is a very fluent speaker, looks to you with a little bit of puzzlement on her face. What did he say?
He said,
deep.
She titters and laughs and looks at you, and the two of you kind of give a jocular response. Robin, your physical reaction is more evident to the passengers than hers.
give it some years. She tries to saunter up towards the top of the railing again, just taking in the lines, and so he gives the name of the boat.
Yeah, you see he's holding what looks like a metal chest with metal handles and a lid. He sets it down and looks over the direction. Looks towards the captain's cabin, and then back to you, ladies.
She replies in just the native Bordeaux French, Gallic, just saying, "It is beautiful, Jeanne d'Arc," or whatever the hell you just said.
Blanca moves forward with intent, pulling you behind her like you belong there, and he's not sure whether to question your arrival or not, but you see his posture kind of move from, "Hey, I'm glad to see you," to, "Wait, are you supposed to be here?" But you're already on the top of the gangplank before he really reacts. Blanca releases your hand, motions left for you, and she goes right.
I guess it looks like there's something to climb over. I'll do. Which direction was
There's
the?
a slight teak railing as you approach. There is actually there's like a scissor motion there, and there's a little latch on one side. You can lift the bar or duck underneath.
I'll lift it and go in. We don't want the boys to have to duck under.
You raise the bar,
Or
it
through.
folds over almost flat with the surface of the bar. Blanca moves aft, you move fore.
Still speaking in native Gallic, we only have a couple more days left. We have to see.
The guy up top moves towards the railing and leans over and looking down, and you hear him call in Gallic. I think, "We have company, I think. Were we expecting someone?"
It is the person who's calling down. Does he look armed? Does he have? He's got the capris. Does he have a bulge in his pocket or anything like that, or his pants?
You don't see a weapon on him.
I'm still focused on the two that are on the inside of this on the inside of the galley.
You see their shadows move slightly as the man on the upper deck calls down. Their heads turn back towards midship, and by way of greeting whoever's coming aboard. And you see their silhouettes flash in front of the windows. Another couple seconds, and they will disappear out of the windows behind the opaque section of the midship.
I am going to wait for them to reveal themselves, but I am tracing the scope along that side. I'm not worried about the crewmen at this point. I am only looking.
Cornell,
What did you say?
are you ready?
I'm ready.
You guys are standing on a parking area. It's got striped lines awaiting vehicles and tourists. A number of the slots are filled, but there's probably a 30-foot distance between the parking stalls and the edge of the docking platform before the gangplank. You watch the girls climb up the ramp, enter onto the boat. Neither of them have ample aft coverage, and it is a glorious view.
I was going to say, which aft? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Cheek to cheek.
We've got 30 feet to get to the gangplank. Let's go.
I am braced. I am ready to do a hunter's aim, which is 2 actions and a +2 to hit. So I'll be +4.
Just walk briskly and knowing that if we start running, it's probably going to attract more attention, but hopefully they're busy with the girls. By the time they figure out we shouldn't be there, we should be aboard.
Robin, you walk past the 5 windows towards midship, and you're passing up to the fore portion of the ship. You run into a man who's Bjorn's size, ham-handed, bare-chested. He's got a belt on, white pants, capri style, and just some flip-flops. You see on his hip, he's got what looks like a long knife and a flare gun.
Purse my lips. I put my hand to his chest. Oh, excusez-moi.
Deception or diplomacy, your choice.
We're going to go with deception. They're the same. they're only trained. 16 and 11 is 27.
He stops in his tracks. His chest hair is all curled up in front of you, right on your face level. He looks down, clean shaven, full head of hair. He looks very masculine. He looks your direction. First, you're greeted with a scowl, and it blends to a broad smile. Welcome aboard, he says. He looks down and back up again, and that's probably the most instant chub you've ever seen.
Human resources told us those are elevator eyes.
She asks in Gallic, assuming that's the language he's using then.
Yes.
Oh.
Are you here for the captain, or is the crew acceptable?
Only if it's the first mate. She does a look over him as well. What is your name?
He smiles. There's a little gap in his front teeth. Oh, I am your first mate.
Work it, girl. Work it.
She keeps the hand on his chest, enjoys feeling his chest hair. And
he settles a hand on her hip without any delay. You can feel his thumb on your inner hip bone and his fingers rubbing the back of your buttocks. Well, perhaps there is a party today, no?
That's why we're here.
Well, my cabin is open if you are free.
Let us not waste any time. Which way?
He starts to push you back towards the actually no, there's a door on the front side of the facing. He pulls you forward and tugs you towards a door that is latched. You see the horizontal handle in front of you. His grip on your wrist is firm.
I bet. Just go to get the pearl in my fingers and thumb it, glance over.
You don't see Blanca anymore as you've been pulled from line of sight. Banny, you're watching from your vantage point, and there's a lot of distractions down there, but you're on mission.
Yeah.
You see Robin move towards the front. The guy at the front, you actually see in the back, he's got a pistol tucked into the back of his trousers. It looks fat from where you're at. You're not sure what that fires. And you also see that he's got some kind of a knife, probably something he would use to manage blow. The big guy, yeah.
Okay.
He's Bjorn's size at this distance. You've got a bead on him through your scope. It would be so easy to relieve him of his consciousness.
shoot. She can see me. She knows where I'm at. She's looking over his shoulder, I would assume. But
She glances back. Are you
More like I was
confident?
gauging to see distance from big guy Bjorn and Cornell. Timing.
You look back and see the two of them doing kind of that James T. Kirk run towards the,
that's gonna
towards the rampart.
Well, it's the brisk walk.
Yeah.
that's gonna get dirty real soon.
They hit the gangplank about the point where you get to the door where he's starting to move the lever.
As soon as he starts moving the lever, I target him and I light him up.
Initiative, everybody.
I was going to let him go ahead and go inside and then get all distracted and cold cock him.
Cold cock him? Cold?
Ba-dum-bum. Oh, somebody's happy. Look at the dancing.
34.
Oh, this is probably the very highest initiative in existence.
Got my naps.
Benny?
I am at a 31.
Robin?
The One Piece is just riding up my ass a little bit, so I only have a 20.
Oh, be prepared to be misted. Not missed.
Cornell?
Misted.
30.
30. You're slow for Cornell.
It happens.
But meanwhile, the Viking, yeah.
Yeah, Robin, you're about to experience what snipers call the pink mist.
Yeah. There's actually been worse experiences in my life.
Right, you've got a werewolf.
Breathing it in. Yeah. Short and sharp intake of breath. I can see you and I can see the back of his head, which means they're not in line with each other, which is a good thing.
It's a great thing for a sniper, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although, just depends. Boom, boom. Sometimes you just have to take the shot because there's two, even if the other one is a friendly.
Bjorn?
Yeah.
You are halfway up the ramp onto the boat. It's your action.
First action, I'm going to complete the distance from the ramp, and it looks like just to the left of it, there's an open doorway.
Yeah, right here.
Yep. Will the action carry me inside?
You can get up the ramp and in through the door with one action.
Okay. And I'm going to let the rage come up. Not the bear, not yet, but the
Your
rage.
vision blurs. The whole ship here seems to buzz with energy. There is a dividing wall to your left and an open galley to your right that looks out onto the rear deck. You're not alone in this room. There is another person in here who looks to be shocked at your approach.
What's he look like? Does he have a mustache?
He does not have a mustache. He's wearing capri-style pants, a black and white striped shirt, and a cap.
He's the only one in that galley area.
Mm-hmm.
Up comes, for second action, up comes the Yeti. And third action, makes some noise.
An A-10 just fired a shell.
31.
Against a flat-footed crewman.
You lament pulling the trigger inside of an enclosed space as your ears ring and your hearing disappears temporarily. Roll your damage.
He can't hear anything anymore.
Is it a crit by any chance?
What was your total?
31.
31. It was a crit.
Alrighty then.
Boy,
Let me
these
get
guys
some
are
dice moving here.
squishy.
Then this was a busboy.
Yeah. They all work for whoever's running this
No, I
ship.
just meant like whatever it was.
Like
It's
I
not
said,
there
bad
anymore.
career choices.
I'm not judging.
So that's pretty pathetic. 6, 7, 8.
Grabbing water.
Fatal. 21. Deadly. 29. Propulsive. 33. And since it's a crit, it's a double.
Mhm.
Yeah. Squirt.
44. 67. 71.
Yeah,
God.
you scatter his flesh across the windows while his bones stand still.
Is that more damage than the Jabberwock in a single attack? I'm
It's
just
the
asking.
most damage I've ever done in a single round, and I probably
Well,
just
sure. I know for
killed
you,
the
but I'm saying the
deck boy.
Jabberwock.
Yeah. That would have dropped the Jabberwock.
You instantly turn the inside of that wooden interior a darker shade of red, and
Sweet.
bones clatter against the windows. You hear the tink of glass as it tries to break, but there's not enough force behind it to send it through the glass. He's gone.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, hit him in the belly and his legs are still standing and the rest of it's gone.
Yeah, you're amazed. Part of your internal artist is like, I want to remember this one day and paint it.
It's a Pollock. It's a Pollock painting.
I'm about to start painting my masterpiece. And that's the end of my actions.
Banny, your turn.
Okay, I'm targeted on the guy's head. I have a +4. I did make him my target in this whole, or my hunted prey in this whole thing.
He's reaching for the door. Robin's just behind him. The two of them look like lovebirds on a honeymoon.
And
I am taking a hero point because that was really bad. 17.
okay.
That is the first hero point that I've actually had a successful turn on. That is a 30.
You got the applause.
Sure, golf clap.
30, 33.
That's a crit.
Okay. I'm just going to pull out all these dice real quick.
Jacques Cousteau then moves into the front of the boat and explodes.
Here's the first round.
Cornell, you're on deck.
17, 23, 29. Do I do the hunted shot first, or not the hunted shot first, but the D8 that you get?
Together with, and it's doubled.
20.
What do you mean by first? It
Is
happens.
I happened the once. Do I roll it twice, or is it just double?
You just got a crit, so it doubles, yeah.
It just, okay, because 10, 22, 27, 35, and the other one was 27, plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 50, 62. This is ridiculous. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Count it up. He's a big guy.
11, 12. Yeah, it's 82 plus 4.
Wait,
Robin?
plus 8. 82 plus 8.
Is it
You get
8?
double the specialization.
Okay. Wait 1
Plus
second.
4 gets doubled, yes.
I think I counted the first specialization, so let's just do 4.
Okay.
86.
Only 86 instead of a full 90.
See, just short. Good God.
Is
This rifle, but of
did-
course, having a crit, and these guys are super squishy.
Yeah.
Robin, you feel something tap off of your cheek and you hear it hit the teak deck at the floor. You look down and see a tooth. You feel spray or something hitting your face. It feels warm and cool almost instantly. There's a little bit of pane of glass on the teak door that he was opening. You hear it crash as his torso falls through the opening and then slumps back outside onto the deck.
It just I haven't had ever that kind of a roll. 11, 10, 8. I mean, and that was the second roll, and the first roll was really good too. So, anyway, jeez.
You cycle the action on the rifle.
Yep, and look for the next target. Start scanning.
You see shadows moving inside, but it's all happening very rapidly at this point.
Wasn't there a guy on the upper deck?
There is.
Yeah, if I spot him, I am going to start following him, but I'm not going to shoot just yet.
Okay. Cornell, bottom of the gangplank.
Oh,
I
I'm
go
gonna
up
make him my
gangplank.
hunted target. Sorry, I'm gonna make him my hunted target with that last round. With
Got
that
it.
last action.
Bjorn went into the door in front of the gangplank, correct?
Correct. The door is still open. You can see it bouncing back from being slammed open.
I'm gonna head towards the fore of the ship.
Okay. You board the ship, head towards the front. You get just past that. You get aligned with that fifth window at the end of your first movement rate.
What do I see up there?
You hear crashing glass and kind of a gasp. You recognize Robin's voice. And it sounds like a rifle shot at distance.
It's suppressed.
Yeah, mine's suppressed.
Yeah, true.
Well, I guess you would hear a
If he could hear it over the Yeti.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
no
Yeti
shit.
has already
that's
blown
true.
out
The
all
Yeti, the Yeti went off.
A small
Well,
nuclear
like-
bomb went off inside of the.
It sounds like the boiler exploded in this ship.
Okay. If there's nobody here on this front deck, I'm gonna cross over the front and check the other side.
You move past Robin down the other side of the ship. You see a man over there. He was holding a group of ropes on the side railing. Looks like he is starting to release those, and he's reaching for his waist belt where you see a pistol.
Well, let's put an end to that. I don't want that to happen.
That's just straight up out.
Yeah. Let's see. So this is my second action, so I have one action left. Is that correct?
Correct.
Let's see. Spitzer. I rolled a 19, so that'll be a 35.
So that just, I guess, yeah, you don't have enough actions to do anything, but just a little
Yeah,
work.
just a little pop.
It's a little squirt.
That'll hit.
Is that a crit?
It's got to be
What
a
was
crit.
your roll?
35.
Yes, it is.
These poor guys.
Better them than
6
us.
is 14. Plus another 8 is 22. 22.
You put a number of bullets into him. You see his bones force him to dance as he reacts to the kinetic energy as it enters his body. The rope drops from his hands. His hand that was reaching for the pistol shakes and shudders in response. He does not drop, but you see blood immediately erupt from the cluster of wounds in his body.
He'll have bleed 3 as well from the crit specialization.
Yikes.
Because I'm assuming he's flat. Well, he probably wasn't flat-footed. Maybe he doesn't get that.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, crit specialization. I thought operated.
Robin.
I only do it if they're flat-footed.
Oh,
He hasn't had his action yet this turn. He's still flat-footed.
Right. Any Blanca?
I don't know.
Not yet. She's after you.
Okay. I'm gonna let the revulsion of what just happened actually motivate me. Go, I'm gonna like open the door, go inside, like kind of like screaming in a mixture of fear for deception.
There are 2 men inside the cabin area. It's mostly surrounded by teak wood and some cabinetry. You see that there is a liquor cabinet nearby. The 2 of them have gone from a casual posture, kind of entering that shock and response, but haven't acted yet and are still flat-footed. You see one man with a waxed mustache and the other man with a captain's hat.
God damn it. I was like, Montu! Like, I'm just like freaked the fuck out. And you said there was like a bar?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to run around as if I'm running for cover.
The bar is about 5 feet away from the captain, on the starboard side.
So getting behind the bar as if taking cover, that's probably second actions. I had to open the door.
Open, move, one action.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I am going to, so I'm inside of behind the bar area.
You're adjacent to the bar area. There are windows looking out onto the deck. You actually catch a glimpse of Cornell outside the window.
Okay. I'm going to do hunt prey on the captain. I'm assuming the captain with my third action still acting freaked.
Okay. You see the captain and the man standing next to him draw weapons almost immediately. The captain glances your direction. Dismisses you as a threat, looks out through the windows. You see him bring his gun to bear and pull the trigger through the window on the starboard side. Cornell, you see the glass explode from inside the cabin off to your right. Does a 28 hit?
Yes.
You feel a slug from a high caliber handgun strike you. Uh, 10 points of damage.
Roger.
Draw, fire, one more round. You see a bullet hole appear in the teak wood next to you, and you hear debris fly past you. No damage. Doesn't see here. The door that Robin just went in, you see a man come running out of. He is also holding a weapon. It looks like KKM SMG. He gets past the door, looks your direction. He looks more surprised than aggressive, and just pulls the trigger as he sprays in your direction. 30.
Who just got shot?
Cornell.
Oh, was this the guy that you almost killed?
No, I think it's somebody in the cabin. Is that correct? Shooting out
From
the
the
window?
cab. Two from the cabin.
Somebody from inside the cabin shot out, hit him with one of 2 rounds. The guy standing next to him ran out and turned a submachine gun on him for 11 points of damage.
Do I see this, or is that starboard side? I'm port side right now, right?
You watch a man emerge from that frontmost door onto the foredeck. He steps out about 2 paces. You see him whip a submachine gun towards the corner opposite you and pull the trigger. His back is fully exposed to you. He's wearing he's wearing shorts and long sleeve shirt. You didn't get it when he first came out. You saw he was wearing a mustache.
Okay. Was it well groomed? Do I know if it's well groomed? Did it look sexy as he went by? That's all I'm looking for.
Perception.
Perception of sexy.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, I got a 10. So that's a 27.
He's got one of those barbershop mustaches that's perfectly curled at the ends. Seems to take a lot of care of his facial hair.
I wanted to maim this guy. How do you wing somebody with a sniper rifle? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I kid.
He dies. Yeah. There's somebody on the upper deck still that I was focused on, though.
Right, and you hunted him
I hunted him.
for your last action.
Whose action is it right now? Bad guys?
Blanca's
Blanca.
Blanca. And she's at the stern, correct?
correct.
Is Bjorn able to see her through the windows out the back?
Actually, yeah, he sees her round the corner, her petite little form running around. It feels strange and a little embarrassing to look at her.
Nah, I've been fantasizing about that for a while.
The Viking is fine.
Yes.
No
But
batteries.
then your fantasies are resolved.
Especially the bikini prancing part.
That's what I wanted. Yes.
I can do pale, cheaper pale.
You,
Oh, Vikings are pale.
she rounds the back deck. You've just disgorged your Yeti, eviscerating the thing that was in front of you.
Oh, and he's got bleed one.
Right.
Yeah,
There's no blood.
he will carry that into the afterlife. St. Peter will ask him when he's going to stop bleeding.
I don't know.
I just put pressure on it.
There's a man out on the aft deck. You see he's already got a weapon drawn. You see Blanca put a hand up, the 2 fingers out. It looks like a gun, but maybe it's turned on the side. It's just her fingers.
Because she's gangsta like that.
She goes and you see him knock back about 2 feet, and you don't see lightning, you don't see fire, you just see him responds to her direct action. He stumbles back and braces against the side rail, but does not drop. She moved, she attacked, that's her turn. He braces himself against the rail. You see him bring up, you can clearly see the silhouette of a Model 886. He cranks the chamber around and fires at her. Somehow she manages to avoid a first shot in a round. It goes over her shoulder. Second shot does find a home.
Oh, that poor flesh of hers.
Yeah, hello, bikini flesh.
Ugh.
Bikini armor class, go!
She's so damaged to begin with. She's been through so much.
Oh, and her Shield Maiden tattoo is showing.
Oh, yeah.
True, it's true.
That's probably the first time it's had daylight.
As well as all the scarring from her car bomb moment.
Yeah. Her legs look pretty gnarly.
Jeez.
He takes 3 shots at her. First one clearly misses. The second one, you see her shoulder go back. The third one, you see the window explode next to her. He's clearly upset and not aiming as best as he could.
I think he's not going to get another chance.
Bjorn.
Ooh, back to me. Is he the only one back there with her?
Yep.
All right, she's going to barbecue him. There's nobody else in this salon?
No. You can feel motion under deck.
Any stairways, ladderways?
So towards midship, there is what looks like a hallway going down and a hallway going up.
Is there a corridor toward the front of the ship?
So, you look towards the front of the ship. There's a teak wall that's got some ocean-oriented design motif. On either side, there's a narrow 3-foot passage, and there is where it looks like you can go up or down on either side.
But not forward, not directly forward?
You can go all the way through the forward cabin as well.
Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to, because there's nobody in the back. I want to clear this deck and go straight forward. My rage speed is a 35.
You move past the stairwell and into the fore cabin with one action.
Anybody in here?
You see there's a man with a gun aimed out on the starboard side of the ship. There's a fresh broken pane of glass. Perception?
24.
You catch a glimpse of Cornell outside with his weapon drawn, facing down the outer walkway of the ship.
Directly ahead of me, you said I saw a guy with a gun?
Yep. Off to your left, you see some movement. It's a little blurry and it's obscured, but clearly in front of you, there's a man with a captain's hat with a gun out.
All right, he gets a Yeti barrel.
And you get a Yeti barrel. And you
get a Yeti barrel.
31.
Hit.
Crit or no?
Not a crit.
Okay. It's not the fatal because that's a crit. It is deadly.
Deadly is added on a crit as well.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so you don't get that.
14. Progressive is 18. 18 damage from that one.
What a progressive.
You rake the barrel around his direction. You prematurely pull the trigger on it. You see it catch him, not center mass, but at his edge. The clothing he's wearing shreds in response to the shot. He recoils at the strike, but does not drop.
So third action, I'll give him my last loaded barrel. Minus 10 or minus 5 because it's a second shot. Yes?
-5, second shot.
24 minus 5. 19.
You blow a hole between the two windows. You see the glass collapse in response to it. Cornell, you watch splinters of glass and wood come shooting out of that cabin. Miss.
And there's a Yeti.
And that's my actions.
Danny. Cornell, you're on deck.
I am scoping the guy who was on the top deck. Did he move? Did he engage? Did he do anything interesting?
He moved up against the back end of that cabin. Looks like he's trying to take some cover. He's not completely obscured from you, but he's got.
If he's not engaging my people, I rotate, swing back over to the one that's facing off the one with the mustache that I saw as he bolted out.
Okay.
I am targeting the back of his head. And I hunt prey and drop the hammer. That is a 20. That's a 31.
Nice.
31, not a crit, but a hit.
Okay. That is good enough for me. I get regular and I get striking rune and this. Go. Wow, I could have done better on that one. 15 plus 2. Its proficiency is 2 or 4. It's 4?
Now at your level, it's 4.
Okay, so it's a 19 total. And that is, and I run another round in, but
Cycle the action.
yeah, I had to repoint my hunted prey, so it is what it is.
Cornell, you glance to your right, you see a man holding SMG. He rocks forward violently in response to a distant rifle shot. You see a spray of red come out of him, focused on you. Your turn.
So I've got that guy to my right / behind me, and then I still have the guy in front of me.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see if I can take out the guy in front of me. I should hit with a 32.
Yep. That's a crit.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Sweet.
Now he has a sharp pain down all the diodes on his left side.
I had braced. I had
Yeah.
yeah. I was all geared up, and I missed
All
it
decked
by
up.
1.
20, 22.
They might be different. This is the guy in front of him, not the mustache guy.
The guy in front of him is the mustache guy from what
No,
I
it's
know.
not. He's behind
No.
me.
Oh, he
There's
is.
a guy that's
Oh.
behind him who shot him, and there's a guy in front of him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they could be different ACs.
You put a bullet into him. You see he relinquished the rope last round, was reaching for his weapon, scrambled to grab the door that was close to him, and it was locked. He found himself out there fumbling to try to find his way in, and you got another shot on him without him ever returning fire. Your shot hits him. You see him drop to his knees and reaching up towards the doorknob feebly. He just won't die.
Did you take his bleed damage?
He took 3 bleed.
Let's see. That was a crit, so that means he. I forgot how Cornell works. Hold on.
I forgot how Cornell works.
Tell me again when bleed hits.
At the end of that person's turn.
The end of the victim's turn.
Yes.
Correct.
Gotcha.
After he squirms some and squirts some out.
Right.
Squirmy,
Let's
squirty.
see. If I crit him, does that mean I get a free intimidate? And he's flat-footed, which means I get sneak attack. It's something like that. Hold on. Dread Striker.
You get a free intimidate and a Starbucks gift card.
Woohoo!
It's only $5, so you can't actually buy a Starbucks coffee.
Until you get to 9th level. When you hit 9th, $10 Starbucks.
$10 Starbucks card.
Yes.
But they're only open till 2, and it's drive-through only.
And you have to tip the woman, the girl who takes your order, because it's not a woman, it's a girl.
Okay. He is now frightened 1.
Nice.
Which
Which I will shoot him again.
Okay.
man, that's handy. You stack those two on top of each other, and it just
Yeah. It all goes downhill.
19 plus he is flat-footed.
Hit.
and you get your sneak attack too. Then
Mm-hmm. I do.
Echelon guests staying in the
11 plus 6 is 17.
You put a bullet into him. His hand is still gripped on the handle, trying to get into the cabin. He drops. He relinquishes that grip, and you see his bloody handprint slide down the side of the exterior wall.
Very nice.
I need mustachioed man behind me to make a. No, I make a intimidation check on him.
Okay.
Mustachioed.
That's an awesome word.
I don't get it.
Okay.
But I will then spin and try to shoot him anyways.
Okay.
Oof.
oh, that's the 32 was on the
Roll the
softy.
crit. Roll the crit.
Only a 19.
Your shot passes harmlessly past him.
Ooh, one more and I got to reload.
Robin.
I'm going to bash the pearl against the bar top to turn it into a gun.
Takes an action to toss it. Your gun is now a gun.
Technically,
Am I in the same room with her now?
actually.
Yes, you are. The two of you are about 10 feet apart.
Okay.
Okay. I hunted the who I think the captain is. Braced, I'm taking my hunted shot. I don't know if he's floored at all. Rolled a 19. That would be lovely as a 20. But anyways, Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? 35 to hit.
Fiddler on the Roof? Are we still talking about?
Yeah,
I went Barbara Streisand there.
she went full on us.
Yentl.
Full frontal yentl.
Stop it. 27 for the second bullet.
Hit.
So the first one 35, just normal.
Crit and then a hit.
Beautiful. Okay. Sorry. Calculations. Papa, he hears me. Oh my God. Seriously.
6s or 8s. Okay.
Yeah. That's the doubled regular D8s. Then the
again?
hunted prey part.
One piece strikes again.
One Piece.
One
I was just
piece
going to
strikes.
call her Milky.
I'm trying to think. Stop it. Oh, that's right. The second shot will hit. It'll combine damage. That's just a regular D8 because it's a regular hit. 5. And then we add on the proficiencies. So that's +8 on the first hit. For each die, it's +2 damage die of hunted prey and critical. Yes, 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus then the +4 just for the second shot, no modifier. 50 damage.
Yeah, you put the first shot into his chest, the second one through his forehead. He drops before he can even react.
Was this the guy with the mustache?
No, that's the
This was the
captain.
guy with the captain's hat.
Yep.
Where is mustache?
Perception.
22.
It's not hard to see him. You look out through the front glass out onto the foredeck. You see him standing there with his submachine gun pointing starboard over towards Cornell. Cornell returning his gaze.
Gotcha.
I'm going to take a shot for him. Just a wild third action attempt.
Yep.
Be -10. 17 -10 plus 16 for Papa, 23.
You put a bullet out there. It hits a piece of railing between you and him and deflects the bullet.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pant there, still crouched behind the bar.
Uh, we'll move out. He moves out towards the prow of the ship. Stumbles over some of the rope decking and a few hatches. Turns back towards you, Cornell. Who bursts? Uh, 26.
Is that my reflex save?
No, it's actually just a direct armor class attack.
Oh, he's just shooting me. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 26 hits.
Hmm.
11 points. And second shot. You see him continue to hold the trigger down and watch the action climb as he hits the upper deck. On the aft end of the ship, you guys witness what looks like a daytime storm. Lightning shoots from the back deck. You hear somebody scream, starts like a male voice, deep and guttural, and goes to a high-pitched, whiny scream.
These nuts!
Blanca likes it rough.
D's nut.
He barbecues him.
Nice.
He touches the rail. That's the last thing he holds in life. She bleeds.
Briefly.
Oh, mustache took a bleed point from the Yeti.
Mustache bleed. Got it. Bjorn.
I am going to pull the axe with one action, close the distance across that front deck with the second action with mustache, and lay into him with the axe.
Okay.
Now, when you do intimidation, does that count as an action?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I will not be doing that.
Unless you have ways to get it free.
I've got intimidating glare and intimidating prowess, but that just gives benefits to intimidation.
Correct.
Okay. Ooh. 17. 33. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong stat. 35.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a little bit more strength on that one.
Extra crit.
with the great axe.
Heads get chopped off.
I think he's going with an overhand strike. This is just going to be.
15. Well, if there was somebody standing next to him, the damage would have carried through into number 2. But let's see, 11, 15, 18 points. 19, 20 because of the rage. 20 points.
You see the figure before you bend his frame in such a way that the major portion of the kinetic energy is abated to a degree. Yeah, he's got some combat skills. You see him move.
I'm sorry. That was a crit. I forgot to roll the second damage.
Yeah, I was wondering because you only had 20.
Sorry.
Yeah, like that's one of the weakest crits I've ever heard from you.
14, 19 for the second damage.
There we go.
So basically
39?
40. Yeah, 39.
Does he still do his matrix?
He tries to matrix out of the way. You catch the underside of his jaw before he can get away from it, and you clip off the jaw. You see it fly out into the water and land.
Your nipples just got hard.
He stares at you with his tongue hanging down, unguarded, and then he just slumps to the deck.
Taking that as a souvenir.
And the fish say, "Thank you, thank you."
Banny.
There's still a guy on the top deck.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. You're going down. Rotate
No,
over.
wait, that's Cornell. No.
He's got partial cover.
He's got partial
Cornell
cover.
has taken enough abuse.
Yeah.
I mark him. I settle in, and I with a brace, and I let loose. I guess I can't do a hunter's aim. Oh my god, they really want to get me. It's a 1.
They want to get you.
Does the can fly off?
You shoot. You see the ropes next to him dance. He sucks his gut in.
Oh man, it would have been best if he just died. Just put your head in front of it. That's it. That's all I've got because hunt, prey, and brace and everything. I was.
Cornell.
Weren't you already braced?
I was, but I was rotating. So even if I did actually shoot, I would still have to run around.
Rebrace.
Would I have to rebrace each time? You can brace once, right?
Well,
I
again,
swung.
If you don't change your degree of fire more than a certain arc, you can keep your brace.
Okay, because I may have been able to, which would allow me to run another a bolt, but I can't fire twice.
You can't fire again. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cornell,
So
you hear it come across the deck. Even though it's silenced from up there, it feels very present here. You watch as Bjorn doesn't decapitate, but dejawifies.
De-jaws.
So this is mastication. Chewing is mastication, so I'm sure it has something.
The shot you heard towards the upper deck wasn't directed at anybody you can see.
Gotcha.
Do I still have a message, by the way?
Yeah, you just talked as we were leaving.
Yeah, I yelled down. If at any point, if it's a freebie, I'm gonna say somebody on the upper deck, careful.
I've been shot, god damn it.
We've all been shot.
And it's Blanca.
Cornell is patching himself up with the battle medicine.
Okay, anything else?
Then he'll reload.
Okay. Robin?
Perception, listening for running feetsies and clamor in Clovian. Clovian clamor?
Definitely some running feces at this point.
Stop it. 25.
Yeah, you hear what sounds like sounds on the upper deck.
Upper deck. I see Bjorn right in front of me, spent in action, kind of like trying to perceive. I'm going to run around the bar and check the hallway, looking
You find
back.
stairs going up in the hallway.
Okay. And no sign of anybody.
Nope.
I'm holding a pistol. I'm just going to be in here in cover for the moment then, because I only have one action left after those two. So Bjorn's facing fore, I'm facing aft. I'll yell out if I see something coming.
Banny, as you're cycling the action on your gun, you watch the man who was taking cover by the steam flue step around the corner, moving low towards the front of the boat. You see he's got something clutched in his hands, looks like a gun. He gets to the front of the ship. You see him startle a little bit, bring the gun up, and pull the trigger towards the prow. He fires at Bjorn. You see him pull the trigger. You don't see a muzzle flash or anything. You see him look at the gun, point it again, and pull the trigger.
Misfire.
He is protected by Odin.
Yeah.
Bjorn, you hear click, bang. The bang goes off, and you hear some splashing in the water.
Like a bullet hitting the water?
Yep. It came from behind you.
We'll deal with that in a moment.
Your turn. What do you do?
It's my action. Look and see who's about to meet Odin.
On the upper deck, you see a man in a striped shirt and capri pants with a pistol drawn your direction. He looks very concerned that the weapon is not reacting to his input. He's
How far up,
35 feet from you.
and how far up is the upper deck from the lower deck?
It's a 10-foot rise. There's a canvas that separates the lower deck from the upper deck that you easily swing up onto.
Okay. I am going to use my move and my powerful leap. I get to go 5 feet straight up and combat climb with one hand and still holding my axe to power up onto that deck.
Okay.
That feels like it's probably 2 actions.
You get up onto the canvas. You get your footing. You can get up to him with 1 action remaining.
And I will give him the axe.
He gladly receives his Christmas gift.
Not so good. 23.
And that's still enough. You need a
Ooh.
22.
$24, 25, 26 damage.
Yeah, you put an axe into him. He doesn't look healthy in response to that. Drops to the deck. He looks up at you. Please stop.
I have to. I'm out of actions.
Okay.
All right.
Banny, you witness this heroic act from the Viking. the man's on his knee.
20.
Oh,
You and him.
You're muted.
Yes,
muted.
I just rolled a 20, and yes, I'm ending him. There's no point in keeping any survivors here.
You turn a living man into a human mime.
Into a human mime.
The
Yeah.
request is granted.
Please
Bjorn-
let me go.
You're pulling back your axe for that final coup de grace, and you watch his head decapitate.
Hey. Yeah, I got a mist for everybody. Well, a few people.
Getting misty all over the place.
But I like push into the mist.
Yeah. Oh, you see, some people spray a little bit of perfume or cologne and they just walk into it, but you're like, oh, yeah.
There's no more movement on the ship. We're out of combat.
Okay.
I pulled
Check the captain.
Everybody's dead.
No, I don't mean to check him for
Everybody's-
life signs. I mean, like, search him and take stuff off of him while looking up.
Just shout out, take care of Cornell. And Bjorn's going to start making his way down toward the engine room.
All right. I think since we're over time, we'll call that end of scene.
End scene.
Insane.
Yeah, I pull back the thing and I quickly load it, push it down, close it up, yank the silencer off of it since it's probably toast, stick it back in the case and close it up and head down to where those guys are.
I just want the keys to the boat. That's all I want from the captain. No, anyways.
Blanca managed to apply pressure and make her flat check.
Nice. That was a 24-second attack.
Yeah.
Less than a minute, and everybody's
To
dead.
clear the whole deck.
Nice.
Man, I am relishing being a sniper again. That felt great.
Good job, Danny.
Yeah.
Even if
There
I
was
did roll a
death.
1. I did roll 2, but I hero pointed one of them. Yeah.
It's like, I got to hero point that.
It's funny. It's the first time in a while that I felt the hero point matters. That's right.
You removed all on-site backup for the blood prints.
Nice. The only damage Bjorn got was the kinetic energy from firing the Yeti.
Right.
That's right. You got shot at the back, but not
If he
quite.
were 5 years younger, he wouldn't have taken that.
That's right. How's Cornell with his hit points?
He's just under half.
Oh, good.
And you just did battle medicine,
Yeah.
so it would have to be like regular treat wounds. Sorry,
Yeah.
be regular treat wounds now only. Okay.
Right. Yep.
All right, I'll take a note.
I'm gonna call it, guys. I gotta get you up early.
Yeah,
It's fun.
It's all good.
Giddy up. Good night.
That was a lot of fun.
You guys are a wrecking machine.
Wow.
It's
We
Truly
had a
wrecking.
lot of great rolls, though.
yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
also, those guys were so squishy. They were super, super squishy, except for the Colonel himself. I mean, up against all of the guys in the streets, that was rough. We had a really hard time taking care of them. But
I felt bad. I mean, like I followed through on my bluff so that I could get behind them because I know in that split second, standing in the doorway, making a pistol and shooting, it just like she'd just be an eviscerated one piece.
I tell you, those two going up in swimsuits bought us exactly the time we needed. That worked out really well.
it did.
It was.
Distracted
We'll
everybody.
call it always like, do we do the option?
Well, the thing
The
is,
bikini option.
The bikini option.
see, sometimes Banny
Bikini
needs to kill
protocol.
things. Yeah, bikini protocol. But it's like
protocol.
usually
Instead
it's
of
like
Yeti protocol.
I'm Banny is the one who gets in front of things, and Robin just goes pop, and it's all dead. Just and it's like this time, Banny got to do the honors of. Anyway,
You
Yeah,
died.
that must have felt good with the rifle up on the wall.
oh,
Yes.
it's like when you get to set up, and the thing is that I can see this whole thing playing with the Blood Prince too. Is like, okay, find as much of a central place as possible, and that city hotel is perfect.
Yeah.
The top of the city hotel gives you a good arch, and he will have to approach the base of his building in one way or another. So,
Well, what's great is that when Bjorn lights this up, then he'll be able to see from the hotel room the flames and the burning.
what happened? Or you like turn it out to the ocean, you set at full speed, you jump off into the water with the fires burning in the boiler room.
This
And
is not a Coen Brothers production. We're just going to do it right here at the dock.
Oh man. Well, at least I tried. At least I tried.
You did just fine. That was a lot of fun.
You
Good
guys,
night of gaming.
you guys are removing all of the defenses.
It feels really good for once to like have a plan that's working.
Yeah, no kidding.
The thing is that we're just it's like here's the spider, and we're trimming off all of the legs of the spider, but the teeth are still there.
Stick to the chess analogy, right? We're eliminating the other. We got rid of the rooks. There they go. There goes maybe the knights, right? You know, it's like okay.
The queen and king are left.
Yeah.
The queen and king, probably a knight. And we have to figure out exactly what the queen is. Because the queen...
It still feels like the nastiest part is ahead of us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I have no doubt. It's like I've got it. That tells me...
What's interesting to me is that they had a plan for their egress that had all of the assets as a protection detail.
Yeah.
And because of the bravado of this group, you've upset that plan and removed what would have been a multi-layered egress. And now it's scary.
but the thing is that I don't think he ever needed their help. He actually never needed their help. But it
would have been a huge distraction to you guys to have to deal with all of that chap.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, they could have fought a rearguard action while he escaped. Now he's got to deal with us by himself.
Yeah.
And if we can take him during the daytime, we don't have to worry about the dead sea witch coming after us. We may end up facing her too, but I'd rather not face them both at the same time.
I just don't think he's going to leave during the day, though. But
I think we can catch him on the street during the day.
Oh, if he was, maybe that's true. That's not impossible.
And sundown's not till 9. He'll be walking home before then. That's going to take some careful planning.
You know, all I want is to be able to have Cornell walk up to him and put that necklace over him.
Oh, you mean the yeah.
No, not that necklace. Well, both. Either necklace would be fine, but the necklace with the of the witch's the witch's necklace.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Sorry.
I struggled to get that damn anti-magic collar on Fleur. I can't even imagine being close to this guy for 5 minutes. Like, hold still, damn it.
Stop moving.
It was just shy every single time. I knew that it was like 1 or 2 points away. You almost had it every single time.
Well, to have to grapple him first.
Yeah. That's 4 points off or 5 points off to do that. It's intense.
I'd rather you hit him with a crit from your sniper rifle while I hit him with a crit from the Yeti at the same time.
While Robin hits him with a crit with Papa.
That's right. And Blanca melts his face.
We got to figure out what that dog is, though. The dog is really important to this whole thing, especially if it is the thing. It was the thing that slashed at the air and let all these creatures in that consumed their sister. So she called it, or the little bulldog is the thing that called all of those things that basically killed her, drained her of her life force or whatever else.
He's sitting there grinning.
Hey.
Go ahead, keep on speculating, boys.
Enjoy the speculating.
Sucks to be on the other side of this equation, doesn't it, John?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I do feel much better now that some chess pieces have been taken off the board.
Yeah. Pop, 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 pop.
You guys are so annoying.
Isn't that great?
Well, and granted, most of the guys on that boat were pawns,
Mhm.
but every pawn is a distraction when you're counting actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Man.
The fact that you guys are on the offensive is important because
Oh,
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting how like they strike at night. Well, we strike during the freaking daylight. It's like whatever. Here we are. Hello.
it
We'll
is
be
true.
here and going before the police show up, bitches.
That was 30 seconds of love.
24
24.
seconds of
I mean,
love.
I'm saying 30 seconds because by the time we all go, let's
Oh, we
check
did
the
it.
bodies.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Bjorn's blowing up the boiler.
Yeah, it's like
Robin already knows that the distance between the police station here is at a minimum 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Yeah. We keep getting called to the ports. We need just somebody to stay there this time. Yeah.
I mean, we can do this. We can walk off the dock and have it exploding behind us like Charlie's Angels or some shit.
We need
That's
to
right.
check.
We need to practice walking in slow motion.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. This boat though has information on it because
I know,
the
yeah.
captain, or not the captain, but the
Yep.
colonel or the whoever was running it,
Mhm.
he's been living on this boat because he didn't want to deal with Fleur.
Well, and that information will be available for about 3 more minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Maybe two.
I
Maybe 2.
I am gonna have to haul ass down the battlements, get out to the boat, and then get back off the boat and just leave all my stuff on the. Okay, never mind.
That was so much fun, guys. Thank you.
Have a good
Yes,
Have a good night, everybody.
it is that
See you
time.
Tuesday.
Yep. Good night.
night. Later.